convincing us today that this is the only way. Harinam is the only way. Sankirtan movement is the only way. And if we are not chanting the names of the Lord, essentially, we are wasting this precious human life that we've been given. So let's hear from Prabhu. Everybody, can we say 3 times Hari Bol for him?
Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol!
Hare Krishna. I don't deserve any of the things that he said. It's Natasha. I hope I can develop those qualities that she was mentioning. There were a lot of qualities she mentioned that I need to develop more. So in that mood, I'll just start with some kirtan and some more kirtan about Gauranga kirtan. And then we'll go ahead from there. Yes, I don't know, it wasn't started. So it started. I don't know if that's the right link. Can you check that, please? Krishna. So, and we also need to put on the.
So, which one? Chaitanya, Shri Chaitanya, Prabhu.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More
Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More
Daya Koro More
Everybody, can we move like a few couple of inches so that people can.
Hare Krishna. So we'll start with saying some prayers.
So we have some drinks there in case in between somebody feels thirsty, because we try not to serve anything until after the kirtan and katha. But please just without disturbing the class, if you can take something, and for elderly you can drink something. Try to keep the class seamlessly going.
Hare Krishna. We'll start with some prayers. Before the prayers, I just want to say that thank you everyone for coming and joining us on this wonderful occasion of Shri Gaur Purnima. And thank you for all the blessings of the devotees for me, for the wonderful day of Gaur Purnima, and less importantly of my birthday. But thank you for all the blessings from all the devotees. And I'm, in terms of qualification, Narangi Devi said that I'm qualified, and I am not qualified. I'm just servant of the servant of the servant. In that mood, there are a lot many people here who are better speakers. None other better than Narangi Devi, who has been giving us such wonderful katha, Krishna katha, and Krishna prem for last few years. And I just want to do a little service that I got the opportunity by singing some glories of Lord Hari. And in that mood, I would like to start. Please forgive any mistakes that I make in terms of the tattva or in the bhava. But just thinking of me as a humble servant, please allow those to pass for the day. Hare Krishna. Om Agyan. For those who know the prayers, they can start, and then we'll start the katha. Om Agyan Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Raghunatam Svitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatade Shatarane Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yatkripatan Vande Shri Gurudi Nakaram Mandanamadram Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Gaur Chandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. Krishna. So, today is the wonderful day of the appearance of Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So, I'd just like to share some little things about Lord Shri Chaitanya so that we can understand and delve into the mood of Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya, understand who he is, and also try to understand what his mood is and why did he come to this earth. You know, it is such a place with a lot of difficulties, lot of problems. Why did the Supreme Lord have to come to earth? We'll try to understand that. We'll also try to understand that what is the tattva of Lord Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and a little bit about where he appeared and discuss a little bit about his life. As Narangi Devi has said many times in her classes, this transcendental knowledge, when we discuss that, we may know the kathas well from heart, but the more we hear them, the more we delve into the details of that and the bhav appears more. We have to churn out these pastimes. It's not like a circle that, you know, you start from one end and you end at the same at the end of it once you are hearing about the Krishna Katha. And I learned this from Narangi Devi. It's like a spiral. And that's a very wonderful understanding, because you start at one end and you learn about the Katha, but the next time you come to the same point, it's not the same point. You start understanding it more. You start getting inside that spiral. Your heart opens up more. The shlokas, the meanings, the bhav, that is where the detail, it said that devil is in the details. So, you know, we get more out of it, hearing the same katha. We have all heard about who Putna is, what happened when, Putna came to kill Lord Shri Krishna. But we need to hear Krishna Katha in the mood of Parikshit Maharaj. Because when Parikshit Maharaj was hearing Bhagavatam from Shri Sutta Goswami, Shri Shukha Goswami, then when Shri Shukha Goswami was mentioning about this pastime. Now, remember, Parikshit Maharaj has already seen Krishna in the womb. He knows that he grew up, he had, he was a child, and this is the childhood pastime that is being discussed, right? So Parikshit Maharaj knows in his mind, he's the ruler of the world. He's very, very intelligent. It's not that he doesn't understand what's going on. He's listening very, very intently. But he's hearing in the mood of complete submissiveness. He's hearing in the mood of complete surrender. He knows his life is going to end in 7 days. We are not that lucky. We don't know when our life may end, right? So we need to hear in the mood of Parikshit Maharaj that, oh, what will happen to my Krishna? This Putna, this devil, this Rakshas has come to kill Krishna. Oh, what will happen to Krishna? What is going to happen next? Is she going to be able to overpower Krishna? Will Krishna be able to live? But he's not thinking from logic. He's not thinking that, yes, I saw Krishna so much later. We know the whole of Mahabharata, he was there. He gave the Bhagavad Gita, all that. No, he's just from heart. He has heard these stories from when he was a child, when he was a baby. He has heard stories about Krishna. He knows the pastime of Putna. But even then, when he's listening from Shukadev Goswami, he's listening with whole heart. He's trembling in fear. What will happen to my Krishna? So that is the mood in which we try to hear about these pastimes. Hare Krishna. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Gaur Bhakta.
So we'll start with trying to understand that who are these people that we are talking about? Who are these personalities? And we'll understand it from this verse. Panchatattvatvakam Krishnam
Panchatattvam Krishna,
Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam
Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam,
Bhaktavtaram Bhaktakyam
Bhaktavaram Bhaktakyam,
Namami Bhakta Shaktikam.
Namami Bhakta Shaktikam.
Let me offer my obeisances unto Lord Shri Krishna, who has manifested himself in 5 as a devotee, expansion of a devotee, incarnation of a devotee, pure devotee, and devotional energy. So this Panch Tattva, Panchatattvatvakam Krishna, Bhakta Rupa. So Krishna is coming in the roop of a Bhakta. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is nobody else. It's first Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. He has come in the mood of Radharani. So in that mood, he is Bhakta Rupa, Swarupakam. So Swarupakam is Nityananda, Lord Nityananda. The same as Baldev, same as Balram. So Bhakta Rupa, Swarupakam. Swarupakam is talking about Lord Nityananda or Balram. Bhakt Avtaram Bhaktakyam. So Bhakt Avtaram. So who's Bhakt Avtaram in the Panchatattva? Anyone else? Yes, Advaita Acharya. Yes. So Advaita Acharya. So the more difficult question is, how is Advaita Acharya Bhakta Avtaram? Yes, Haribol. So we have few answers here. So he's the combined incarnation of Shri Sadashiv and Mahavishnu. So he's the combined incarnation of those two. Yes. So he's the combined incarnation of Sadashiv and Mahavishnu. That's why Bhakt Avtaram. So Bhakt Avtaram, Bhaktakyam. So Bhakt Avtaram, Bhaktakyam. Bhaktakyam is, what is Bhaktakyam? Who's Bhaktakyam being talked about? Pure devotee. Is it okay? Just put it on somewhere else. Yes, so Bhaktakyam is the pure devotee who's Gadadhar or Radharani. Radha, who's none other than Gadadhar Pandit, is none other than Radharani, Srimati Radharani. Namami Bhakta Bhaktakyam is actually the pure devotee who is Narad. Shivas, who is the Narad. And then Bhakta Shaktikam is Gadadhar Pandit, who is the Shakti, who is the Radharani. So Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani, Bhakta Shaktikam. So those are the 5 personalities we are talking about. So talking about personalities like Lord Shri Krishna, Lord Balram, we are talking about Narad Muni, we are talking about Radharani, and we are talking about Sadashiv, who's the Advaita Acharya, and Vishnu, Mahavishnu. So Mahavishnu is, so all these, so this is the spiritual mathematics that we learn, different from our regular mathematics, right? Which means that Krishna appeared on this earth for 48 years. Like he spent 48 years of his pastimes on this earth. And out of his 48 years, they are divided into 3 parts in the wonderful book of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Some of you might have it, and some of you may not. And if they're interested, we have it available. But Chaitanya Charitamrita is divided into 3 main parts. Yes, Adilila, Madhya Lila, and Antya Lila. Adi Lila talks about Sri Chaitanya's pastimes in the first 24 years of his life. So that talks about when he was growing up, his pastimes like a child, and then his many wonderful pastimes like that. And then his time as a brahmachari, initially, and then he used to be a very wonderful scholar. He used to like at that time to do shastrarth, and he used to beat in shastrarth a lot of people, many great scholars. This Keshav Bharati, who was a known scholar all over India, and he had a Shastrat with he used to be called Nimai earlier in his life. So with Nimai Pandit, people used to call him Nimai Pandit. So at that time he had Shastrat with Keshav Bharati and actually defeated him. And that's a very beautiful pastime which is described as how Keshav Bharati, how wonderful he was. The greatness of Keshav Bharati is described first, that he would he just on the spot created a huge very nice Sanskrit verses, like 200 verses of 100 verses on Ganges. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was listening to all of them. And then Keshav Bharati was thinking, what will this little boy, what will he say? I'm Keshav Bharati. I've defeated so many scholars all over the country. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually picked out one of the verses that and he asked that, okay, so you reply to this. She didn't say anything, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initially. He said, okay, just quietly listen. Said, no, you reply to this. I'm challenging you to reply. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai Pandit at the time actually picked out one verse by memory of the 100 verses that somebody had spoken. He remembered all of them actually, and then mentioned one verse and gave so many verses about the problems with that verse, that why it is wrong from the point of tattva, from the point of bhava, and all these ways. So that was Nimai Pandit, very great scholar in his initial times. But his initial pastimes are described by Murari Gupta, who was one of his associates at the time. And Murari Gupta actually didn't like to spend much time with Nimai at that time, and didn't associate too much with Nimai. Why? Because Murari Gupta was actually a devotee, and devotees, the more pure devotees, they felt like he's such a wonderful scholar. He didn't, at least due to Mahamaya, a lot of times things happen which are covered, that the devotees, pure devotees also don't really realize what is the supreme position of the Lord. And that is how Lord likes it. Krishna likes it when he plays with the gopas in Vrindavan. Krishna likes it when Mother Yashoda comes after him with a stick. He likes that mood of Vatsalya Bhav. He allows himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda just because he likes that mood of the rasa exchanges and not just the mood of Aishwarya. So Murari Gupta at that time did not like this, this Gyan roop of Krishna, that just showing Gyan, or because it has a hint of ego in it, right? That to defeat somebody else, that is the goal. And Nimai Pandit also, in his initial years, like school time, actually used to go around picking up Shastrarth fights, quote unquote. Right. So Murari Gupta used to think like, this is Nimai, he has so much knowledge, so wonderful. Why is he doing this? So, but Krishna has his own pastimes, he has his own plans. And slowly and steadily, the time came for him when he decided to actually, now is the time to leave this part behind and spread the name of Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, give that to the whole world. There were many reasons that Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, and there are some internal reasons, some external reasons. We'll discuss them. Internal reasons means what is behind, what is not very apparent. Those are called as internal reasons. External reasons means that is very apparent, that is more obvious. That is called as external reasons. internal reason is something that is behind the scene. When Krishna does something, he's not just killing, with one stone, two birds. He is killing so many birds, to say, from just one thing that he does. There's so many reasons that Krishna does something. Some of them are apparent, some of them are not so apparent. And the ones which are internal, we learn them by the eyes of, by the Gyan Chakshu given by the senior devotees, by our acharyas, by the wonderful Goswamis. We know the understanding of how and who
Can
Lord
we
Shri
come a
Krishna
little bit
is
more
based
forward?
upon the internal experience have been given in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we'll discuss some of them today. So I was talking about the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So first 24 years we talked about are in Adi Leela. Next is Madhya Leela. Madhya Leela are the next 6 years of his life when he actually associated with his devotees. That is the time he spent going around the South India. He did a South India tour. He went around to meet his other devotees as well as spread the Sankirtan movement. Those are the 6 years when he was in the streets doing Harinam Sankirtan, Prem Nam Sankirtan, and discussing about the Harinam. Hare Krishna. Please move forward. So it's here. It's here. I think we can get the sound of the picture. So we're talking about the next 6 years. So first 24 years, Adi Leela. Madhya Leela are the next 6 years. And then last is Antya Leela, or the next 18 years of his life. So the last 18 years of the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, those he spent mostly in Jagannath Puri, serving the Lord, and then some of that time he was actually didn't even associate with his close associates or the Goswamis and other people. He just spent to fulfill the internal reasons that you will come to. So there are at least 2 external reasons and 2 to 3 internal reasons that are described. So we'll discuss those of his appearance. Okay. Anand, so everybody can follow. Anand Leela Maya Vigraha. Hema Bhadivya Chavi Sundaraya. Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya. Chaitanya Chandrayo Namo Namaste.
Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste.
O Shri Chaitanya Chandra. Everyone?
O Shri Chaitanya Chandra.
I offer you my repeated obeisances.
I offer you my repeated obeisances.
You are the personification of Krishna's blissful pastimes.
You are the personification of Krishna's blissful pastimes.
And you are extraordinarily beautiful.
And you are extraordinarily beautiful.
Having a dazzling golden luster.
Having a dazzling golden luster.
You have awarded to the people
You have awarded to the people
of the world the topmost mellows
of the world the topmost melodies
of ecstatic love for Krishna.
of ecstatic love for Krishna.
So, the 2 main external reasons that Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, one was to give the Harinam Sankirtan, to develop this wonderful process of Harinam Sankirtan for the whole world, so that the people in this world, in this material quagmire, can get out of it, so that the jivas can go back to Godhead. So that is one of the external reasons or the apparent reasons that Krishna comes. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says there are 2 verses or 1 or 2 verses where Krishna mentions why he comes. Anyone wants to tell them? No, some of the kids know them.
Who wants to decide? Come on. Jaldi, jaldi.
Okay, you can say those 2 verses are good. Yeah.
यदा
यदा
हि
हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that whenever there is a fall in the religion, then I will come. So yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajameham. That I'll come whenever there is irreligion spreading, then I will come to stop that irreligion from spreading. Then he says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Paritranaya sadhunam is to deliver the devotees, the people who follow him. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. The ones who are spreading the irreligion to extinguish them. To vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sanstapnarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So to establish the religion, dharma sanstapnarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. That I'll come in every yuga. And then one of the acharyas or teachers I heard explain that why is he saying yuge yuge. Yeah. He could have also said in Sanskrit, it is easier or better to say prati yuge typically. But he said yuge yuge. So now why he said that is explained by the acharyas that it is because we have to understand that when does Lord Sri Chaitanya comes, when does Krishna come? So from our Vedic understanding, we know that Lord Brahma's lifetime is very huge. In Bhagavad Gita, it is given that the duration of Lord Sri Brahma's lifetime. He lives for 100 years. So Lord Brahma lives for 100 years, and one day of Lord Sri Brahma. So we all know there are how many yugas? Four yugas. So it is a cycle of Chatur Yuga. Which yuga are we in? Kal Yuga. Now, how many yugas are there in one day? Chatur yugas are there in one day of Brahmaji?
1000.
1000. So we are in one Kal Yuga, and into how much Kal Yuga has been there now? About 5,000 years, close to, of Kal Yuga, right? So we are in one of the Kal Yugas of the Chatur Yuga, and so there is Sat Yuga, then double the time is Dwapar Yuga, triple the time is, or half, every time is half. Okay. So Sat Yuga is longest, then Dwapar Yuga, then 1/3 is Treta Yuga, and then is Kal Yuga, right? So for that much time is one Chatur Yuga cycle. Now 1,000 times that is one day of 1,000 Chatur Yugas is one day of Brahmaji. So we understand how inconsequential our timeline is, right? So that is one day of Brahmaji, and like that, he has 100-year lifetime. So when does Lord Krishna comes? He comes actually in half the lifetime of the 50th, half the lifetime of Lord Brahma, in 50th year,
Middle of the day.
Middle of the day, half the day of Brahmaji. So that is when Krishna comes, and that's when that out of those 1,000 Chatur Yugas, when there is 50% of the day is done, that time there is the appearance of Lord Krishna in the same yuga, same Chatur Yuga. In the Dwapar Yuga, the Krishna will come, and the same Kal Yuga, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. So that is why it is described by the acharyas, why it is said Yuge Yuge rather than Prati Yuge, because he is coming at one yuga, and then he is also coming in the same Chatur Yuga. He is coming again as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every Kal Yuga mein aate hain, हमेशा.
Not every Kal Yuga.
No, we are lucky.
So we are very lucky.
We are lucky.
So we are very lucky that we are
He
here.
comes once in the middle of the day of Brahmaji. Imagine, हमारा दिन सोचो. Every day at noon, Krishna comes and knocks at your door. But बस उसी time, middle of the day में, noon पे. तो ब्रह्मा जी का जो भी middle of the day है, noon है जब भी, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming and knocking at the door.
So we are so lucky that when was the advent
So
of Sri
not in
Chaitanya
rest of the,
Mahaprabhu?
not in other Kal Yugas.
We are only 500 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We're so lucky. Out of this huge cycle, huge lifetime of Brahmaji, in one day of Brahmaji, he comes only once, and one day is 1,000 Chaturyugas.
But also, if you think about the other way, he comes every day of Brahmaji once.
He comes, yeah.
Every day.
Every day of
deliver.
Brahmaji.
So that's the
Brahmaji came every
optimistic
day.
viewpoint, that he is coming every day of Brahmaji. Yes. But we are lucky that we are just here within 500 years of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. And that's why we are celebrating it today, the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, so Lord Sri Chaitanya, one of the external reasons we discussed of his appearance is that he wants to paritranaya sadhunam. So he wants to establish the Harinam Sankirtan, which is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he wants to establish by example that how to chant the names of Hari to get out of this material world. So he knows that in Kali Yuga our memory is poor, things are deteriorating, and he tried giving Bhagavad Gita and giving the philosophy, and people were not really following, right? So we are the duffer children who are, the teacher has to write on the board and say, okay, you can't remember, I'll write it, you just write after me, okay, practice. So he's coming here to show that how to perform devotion by not just giving the philosophy that he gave in Bhagavad Gita, but actually as a devotee showing how to do devotional service. That is the wonderful nature of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he does not want even one child to fail in his class. He's saying, no, do this. Right? Recently, some movie came, 12th Fail or something, right? They showed that they wanted everybody in their school to pass, so they were cheating. So this is like the best cheating. This is transcendental cheating that Krishna is doing, that he's coming and showing by example that, see, this is how you chant the holy names of Krishna. Just follow me and you'll be fine. You'll be able to get out of this millions of lifetimes that you have been in this material world, just going through life after life through different species and, in such a miserable condition. But to get out of this, I want you to get out of this. I want you to pass. So what I will do is I will show you myself how to chant the names of Lord Hari, chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and you would have to do nothing. Just follow behind me, do what I am doing, and you will be able to get out of this such a difficult situation. So that is Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani. So that is the first reason to establish the Yug Dharma. The second reason, external reason, the apparent reason that Krishna appeared as Lord Chaitanya is because he wanted to answer the prayers of his devotee. Right? So if we pray sincerely to Krishna, then he comes. So he wanted to answer the prayers of his devotee. Which devotee was it who called for him? Advaita Acharya. Yes, we just read about Advaita Acharya, right? And Advaita Acharya is nobody else but Sadashiv and Mahavishnu combined incarnation. And incarnations of Lord come in each yuga, and then they also come. So they are like waves in an ocean. Right? So the number of incarnations of Lord are described in Srimad Bhagavatam, that they are like waves in the ocean. They keep coming. They are like, you can't count the number of waves in the ocean. They keep coming, and there's so many coming, and continuously they are coming. So today also, Krishna's incarnations keep coming. There are different kinds of incarnations which are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. There are some which are Leela incarnation. There are some which are just Shakteshwar. You just have the power, and Vyasdev, literally incarnation of the Lord. There are so many incarnations which are described, and there are innumerable expansions or incarnations, which not every one of them is described. But who is an incarnation? It is in the scriptures. So we can't just say that tomorrow somebody just comes up and say, I am an incarnation of Krishna, because Krishna's incarnations keep coming, so I am an incarnation of Krishna. You have to believe me. Okay, we'll believe you if it is in the scriptures. Show me from the scriptures, give me scriptural You have to give reference, scriptural reference, then we will believe. So those incarnations are mentioned in the scriptures. And it's also mentioned about Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Last year, I think in this class, when Narangi Devi did it, she discussed the scriptural references about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I'm not going to go into them in detail today. But she, there's Vayu Puran, it's mentioned, Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, it's mentioned in Lord Shiva mentions it. And I'll just mention just one slide maybe on some of them. But there are a lot of explanations about and references from where we are sure that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is nobody but Krishna himself. He's actually not even an incarnation. Prabhupada once said that he asked the audience, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Somebody said he's the incarnation of Krishna. And they say, okay, I'm saying that I told the answer to Shri Prabhupada, my guru, very happy, will be very happy. Prabhupada said, no, he's not an incarnation. It's mentioned from the scriptures. We know he's Krishna himself. He's not even an incarnation. He's Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. So he's actually much more benevolent, because Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Ye yathamam prapadyante tam sateva bhajamya." So Krishna says that in whatever way you approach me, I will respond or reciprocate in the same way. So if somebody wants to approach Krishna or wants to believe that I'm an atheist, then he will respond in that way. He'll give you ample references to believe that, okay, atheism is fine. So that's why we see there's more rise of atheism nowadays. And, to each his own, basically, is kind of what Krishna says. There's no force. Nobody's forcing anybody. Whatever you believe, that's fine. And, you can do whatever you want based upon, and I'll give you enough reasons to believe in what you believe. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he doesn't go by that. He doesn't go by Ye Thamam Prapandyante, because he's in the mood of Radharani. Radharani is a devotee of Krishna. And what is the mood of a devotee? Mercy. So mercy comes from devotees. So think about it. You see a really nice movie, or you are seeing a really good cricket match. Some of my friends are here who watch cricket. So, you're saying, India-Pakistan match, finals, India is winning. Come, see with me. Sit down with me. Come. Don't go right now. Sit with me. Watch this. This is so wonderful. So, it's like that. Radharani is like, my Krishna is so wonderful. Come with me. See Krishna. Get in any way that you can. You should be able to feel what I feel. You should be able to be in the mood that I am in. You should be able to relish the beauty of this wonderful Sri Krishna, who's Chauset Kala Sampoon. Is the complete whole. He's the complete supreme personality of Lord Godhead, described by Sri Lord Brahma as the supreme personality of Godhead. Let's say the verse.
Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana.
So Ishvara Parama Krishna, Lord Brahma is saying, Ishvara Parama Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So Radharani is saying that, my Krishna, so you also experience this beautiful, wonderful personality of Godhead, not some light, just not some nothingness. He's a person. He's in Golok Vrindavan. He has a beautiful two-handed form, with Tribhang form, with a bansi in his hand, and he is singing these transcendental tunes on which Radharani is dancing, and all the gopis are dancing, and all the people of Vraj Bhumi are in loving service of. So she wants to share this. She has got this wonderful treasure that she wants to share. And that is the mood of Radharani. That's the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he's saying to Nityananda, his associate, none other than Lord Balram, that go to each house and just tell them to pray and take the names of Lord Hari. So he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying in the mood of Radharani that take the name of Lord Hari. Say the name of Lord Hari. Please, every single person, like he says, that take a with a straw in your mouth. You know, if somebody is really humble, you are like think of yourself as a blade of grass. Everybody can trample upon you. In that mood, go and tell everybody, please, please chant the name of my Lord Hari. But what does Nityananda Prabhu do? He says, he goes to each house and says, say the name of Lord Gauranga. Says, say the name of Lord Gauranga. Bolo, bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, Gauro Krishna, Shikha. So that's the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani wants to give Krishna to everybody, and Lord Nityananda in the mood of Balram as a servant of Krishna, saying, actually, if you pray to Gauranga, who is in the mood of Radharani, you will be able to get out of this material world. So just take the names of Lord Gauranga. Gaur Nitaya ki Jai Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, in that mood, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, Lord Chaitanya is establishing with his associates, Nityananda Prabhu and other associates, the Harinam Sankirtan in this whole world. And he is coming, just like Lord Krishna, when he came, we know this pastime, that when Lord Shri Krishna came, then he came because the Dharti, the Bhumi Devi, prayed to Lord Brahma that, you know, there's too much adharma on my on me right now. So please take this burden of irreligion away from me. You promise that you will come to take the irreligion away. We just discussed that verse, and then Lord Brahma, the through the channels of disciplic succession, and that's the way that, you know, they don't have mobiles, so they go to this Shir Sagar and they pray. The demigods headed by Lord Brahma, they pray over there to Mahavishnu, and then Mahavishnu or Shirodakshaya Vishnu responds to the call of Brahmaji, and he said that don't worry, you know, I will come as Krishna, or Krishna, the complete personality, supreme personality of Godhead will come and relieve you of the burden that you are in. So that is what happened at that time, that Krishna came answering the prayers of Devi. And now, and then also this is another example of Krishna answering the prayers of his devotee. So what is this example? Prahlad Maharaj, right? Prahlad Maharaj said, Satyam vidatum nijabhrete bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana adrishyat putrupautvahan stambhe sadam sabhayam na mrigam na manusham. So in seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn that Prahlad Maharaj is mentioning that to answer the prayers of your devotees, you are coming. So yeah, by coming in Narsimha Roop, he answered the prayers and the words, to keep the words of his devotees. He kept the word of Brahmaji, who had given the boon to Hiranyakashipu, that how he cannot die, those things that he mentioned, neither morning, evening, neither outside, inside, all those ways, neither by a man nor by an animal. So he came in this beautiful form that nobody had seen in the three worlds before, as Narsingadev, Sri Narsingadev. He came in this wonderful form which had never been seen anywhere, and to keep all the words of all his devotees, to keep the word of Brahmaji, to keep the word of Prahlad Maharaj, to keep the word of the four Kumaras and Narad Muni, but we won't go into details of that. That's for some other day. Today we are talking about Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Advaita Acharya called for the Lord to appear, and Advaita Acharya thought, Apani Shri Krishna, I'm forgetting the tune.
आपने श्री कृष्ण यदि
करे ना अवतार, अपने आचारी भक्ति करे ना प्रचार. So Advaita Acharya is saying, if Sri Krishna was to appear as an incarnation, he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. So so that's what devotees are very merciful. They can't see anybody in problems. They're par dukha dukhi. Right? We have discussed this, that devotees are para dukha dukhi. They see somebody in a problem and they feel bad for them. It's empathy for them. Whereas nowadays, a lot of people in Kali Yuga are par dukha sukhi. Oh, he's having problem. Oh, okay. Now, right? I used to have a poster when I was a little child. There was actually a poster in my room. Said, "Don't tell other people your problems. 70% don't care, and the other 30% will laugh." I just remembered about that. Um, but um, but actually, in our movement, we actually discuss our problems with other devotees, because the devotees are not like that, and not like those 70 and 30%. They're the 1% that is not mentioned even. Okay, so they are paradukha dukhi.
0.0001%.
So we should discuss our problems with other devotees, because they can actually give us examples. Think, from a perspective outside the box. Sometimes when we are in a situation, we can't really see issues, and that's why we go to our seniors, go to our other friends, other devotees, associates who are in this mood. So Advaita Acharya is in this mood. He's seeing the people of Kali Yuga. He's seeing how miserable they are, how people are wasting their lives and not chanting the name of Hari. So how the Bhagavad Gita has already been said. The philosophy is there, but nobody is taking it up. Nobody is following those principles. So he gives this. He thinks, if Krishna himself comes in the mood of a devotee, then people will see and they will follow him directly. So that is what we need. That is what needs to happen. So what does he do? He goes back to the scriptures. He calls Krishna by asking, Tulsidal matrena jalasya chudukena va vikrinite swam atmana bhaktyo bhyo bhaktavatsala. So this is from Gautamiya Tantra. It is mentioned that Sri Krishna, who's very affectionate towards his devotees, sells himself to a devotee who offers him merely a tulsi leaf and a palmful of water. So we don't necessarily need to have a lot to give to Krishna, to call Krishna in our lives. All Krishna is asking for, a tulsi dal matrena, merely a tulsi leaf, and a palm full of water. That is all that was needed for Sri Advaita Acharya, who was a pure devotee of the Lord, to call Sri Krishna to this earth as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to deliver the people of this Kali Yuga. So Tulsi Dal Matrena is all that is needed. We need to have, and Advaita Acharya was a Brahmana. He is living in minimal needs, and all he had was Tulsi Dal Matrena and water. And that is what he gives. We also should, based upon our whatever we can, we should offer to the Lord and call Krishna in our lives, and he will come. He promises. He says, I'll sell by himself to a devotee. How many of us, even for whatever money, are ready to sell ourselves to anyone? And he is the supreme personality of Godhead, who owns the whole universe and so many other universes. And he's saying, I'll sell myself to that person who will call me with true heart, with just tulsi leaf and water. Why tulsi leaf? Because tulsi is very dear to Krishna. Tulsi is a devotee of Lord Shri Krishna. So he answers to the prayers of his devotees. So just a tulsi dal matrena. So like that, those are the two external reasons that Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on this earth. So coming to some, I'll briefly mention the internal reasons also. So, how much time do we have?
25.
So how much time do we have?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, I'll try to wrap up. So the internal reasons, there are three internal reasons why Lord Krishna appears. So I'll just mention them briefly. I'm not going into detail of them. They are confidential reasons. That's why they're not usually discussed too much. But the internal reason, so external is which is apparent. So apparent reason is that Advaita Acharya called him, his devotee called him, so he came, and then that he wanted to establish the Yug Dharma for Kali Yuga, which is the chanting of the names of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and he gave the wonderful Hare Krishna Mahamantra to deliver everybody, which is Hare. He says there's mention Hare Nam Hare everyone. Everybody knows Hare Nam Hare Nam Hare Nasti Anyatha. That Hare Nam Kevalam. It is only the holy name of the Lord. Only the holy name of the Lord. Only the holy name of the Lord that can deliver us. Hare Nam Kevalam. Nasti Gatir Anyatha. There is no other way to get out of this quagmire of this. So those are the two apparent reasons that Krishna can. The internal reasons are that Krishna wanted to feel the mellows of transcendental love of Srimati Radha Rani for him. So what happens is Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. He is the most beautiful. The word Krishna means most beautiful. So what happens is Krishna enjoys with Radharani. That was the reason we discussed that Radharani appeared, is for the transcendental enjoyment and exchange of love with Radharani. There is no difference between Radha and Krishna. It's Radha Krishna Dui Deha Ek Atma.
Radha Krishna Ek Atma Dui Deha Dhari.
Yes. Ek Atma Dui Deha Dhari. So there are two forms, but it's the same person. It's Lord Krishna himself, between Krishna and Radharani. So when there is Krishna and Radharani, and Krishna is the Supreme Personality, he is the most beautiful. What is happening? Krishna is looking at Radharani, and Radharani, because Krishna is looking at him, gets even more beautiful. She is shy and she, has this man at times, but she gets more beautiful looking at just because Krishna is looking at him. And Krishna is completely mesmerized looking at Srimati Radharani. And Radharani looks at Krishna and gets more beautiful. And Krishna is already the most beautiful. So her beauty, his beauty increases. And then Radharani is seeing the most beautiful person looking at her. So she gets shy. So her beauty increases. And then looking at that, Krishna's beauty increases. So there's this transcendental competition going on. And it is going on till date. And beauty keeps on increasing. So in this transcendental competition, Krishna is losing.
Oh, Hari bol.
Because Srimati Radharani is enjoying so much looking at Krishna. But Krishna, it is described, Krishna enjoys when he looks at Radharani, but Radharani enjoys more than even Krishna. So in this, it is said, so Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Right? Krishna is the only Purush, the Adi Purush. So Krishna is the only enjoyer, and Radharani and all the devotees and everybody are the enjoyer. We are the enjoyer. Now, who's experiencing more bliss, the enjoyer or enjoyed, based upon what we discussed just now? Enjoy. So, the understanding of this transcendental competition is that when the enjoyer, or let's hear this first, when the enjoyed is ready to be enjoyed by the enjoyer, then the enjoyment of the enjoyed is even more than the enjoyed. I'll say it once more, okay? So when the
Most of us
enjoyed,
are not ready, right? That's why we are not enjoying.
so when the enjoyed is ready to be enjoyed by the enjoyer, then the enjoyment of the enjoyed is more than the enjoyer.
Oh, okay.
So that is Srimati Radharani's mood. That is so now Krishna wants to understand this. What is the loving mellow of Radharani's mood? So he has not experienced this, right? He is the enjoyer. But he is not. He is the subject of enjoyment. Radharani is the object of enjoyment. So when the subject wants to understand the mood of the object, that is when he comes as in the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the first internal reason of appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna.
Ant wants to feel. So ant is tasting the sugar. And sugar can't understand what is the sweetness ant is getting. She keeps, tasting something. She keeps coming back to me. So sugar wants to become the ant so she can. Is that right?
Yes, and that is from that we come to the second reason, that Krishna wants to know what is in me that Radharani is enjoying so much.
What is the sweetness?
What is that sweetness in me that Radharani is enjoying so much? So then he wants to understand that. And that is, he wants to understand the transcendental mellows of himself. So earlier he was trying to understand Radharani's love for him. Now he's trying to understand the transcendental mellows of himself. That what is that the Radharani, what is she seeing in me? She is getting even more beautiful and I could never compete with her. Right? So that is Krishna. That is the example Nayangi Devi just gave. That the sugar cube wants to understand that what is in me. This ant is tasting the sweetness in me, but I don't know what is in me. So I want to see what is the enjoyment the ant is getting, and then what is in me that this ant is enjoying so much. Okay? So that is the second reason. And third is to experience the bliss of Srimati Radharani. He wants to experience the bliss that Radharani enjoys in the loving service of the Lord. So he can never understand that. And then to understand that, he is coming as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Srimati Radharani as a devotee to do transcendental loving service of the Lord and experience that bliss. That what is the bliss that the devotees get by doing in the service of the Lord. Su Sukham Kartum Avyayam. This path is in 9.2. It is discussed that Su Sukham Kartum Avyayam. Rajavidya Rajguyam Pavitram Namattama Sukadvagvandharvam Su Sukham Kartum Avyayam. That this process is full of bliss. This process of Harinam, this process of devotion is full of bliss. It is singing, chanting, and feasting. So there's all beautiful, all wonderful. So Krishna is standing there in the as the deity form in the temple, and he's thinking, I am standing here, and all these people are dancing, having fun. Right? This Radharani is having, gopis are enjoying, right? So I need to go out there and enjoy too. So in that mood, he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that he actually enjoys in front of the deities, right? We know when he went in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in the, Jagannath Puri for the first time. Lord saw Lord Sri Jagannath. He fainted. He fainted in ecstasy. There was so much ecstasy. So now he's getting the chance as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to experience that ecstasy that Srimati Radharani, that the devotees feel in serving the Lord.
Ecstasy means
Ecstasy. Extreme happiness.
Intense.
oh.
Krishna Varnam Tvasa Krishnam Sangopasra Pashchadam Yagnayasi Sankirtana Praya Yajantihi Sumaidasha. So in the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish. Okay? Krishna Varnam Tvasa Krishnam. So Krishna Varnam Tvasa Krishna is Krishna, but his color is not like Krishna. Sangopanga Parshadam, he comes with his associates. He's Krishna himself, he's accompanied by associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So this is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We said there are a lot of mentions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is one of them, that in 11th canto, 5th chapter, 32 verse is mentioning this. And now to understand the mood of the gopis and Radharani more, we can just read this. Yeah, this is from the Gopi Geet. We can read this.
तुटे विभायते त्वामुपश्यताम् कुटिलकुण्डलं श्रीमुखं च ते जन्मुदीक्षतां पक्षप्रददिशाम्.
So in this, what is happening? The gopis are chastising Lord Brahma, the creator, the secondary creator. That why did you give us eyelids? They are chastising Lord Brahma. That your creation is wrong. There's a problem in it. That he has given us eyelids. Because when Krishna is in front of us and we blink for a second, in that moment of a second, we cannot see Krishna. So that's a problem. So that's the mood of the gopis. That's the mood of Srimati Radharani. That even for a second, we want to get away, to get Krishna away from their eyes. So that is the mood of Srimati Radharani that Lord Chaitanya failed to understand. Described as one of the internal reasons. So I'll just from here, I think it's almost time to wrap up. I'll wrap up in next 5 minutes. So this is describing that what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we talked about Krishna, how Krishna reciprocates to the devotees or to anybody, right? Ye yatama kapadyante tam sveva bhajamano. The way, whatever way you approach me, I will reciprocate in the same. Now, what does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? So this is describing that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reciprocates. Patra patra vicharana hi sahi sthanastana ye yanha paya tanha kare premadana. In distributing love of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his estate did not consider who was fit candidate and who was not, nor where such distribution should or should not take place. They made no conditions. Wherever they got the opportunity, the members of Panchatattva distributed the love. So patra vicharanahi. So they are not taking care that, if you come to me this much, then I will go this much. It's not that Krishna mood of whatever you come, I'll respond in a similar way. So the mood, it doesn't matter. He's like as we're talking about the teacher, he's the teacher who is giving free marks. That just come to the exam, I will pass you. Right? Krishna says that you study, I'll give you whatever you study based upon whatever you write on the paper, I'll pass you accordingly. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, you just come to the exam, I'll pass you. I'll pass you. So,
we are lucky.
So think about it. You're like Krishna is saying that you bring, you bring whatever size of pot you bring, I'll give you that much love of me. You bring small pot, I'll give you that much amount of love, that much understanding. You give it a bigger pot, you surrender more, I'll give you that much. Now Chaitanya is saying, I will give you the pot itself, you just come.
Wow, Haribo.
I will give you the pot. I will give you the pot and everything that is in it to give. Also, you just come. That is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his most munificent form, in his most form in which he is freely distributing the love of Godhead. It is like also described in a way. It's like somebody who has a lot of treasure keeps it very safe. You keep it in a safe, your treasure, right? This is most valuable thing. I keep it in a treasure, right? So Lord's names, Harinam is like that. It's a treasure. So we keep it in a safe. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is like a drunkard who's a very wealthy man, but he's now completely drunk. So what is he doing?
Giving out.
Freely giving out the names of Hari. That I don't care. Today the safe is open. Anybody can come and take Harinam. Take. You also take. You also take. You also take. Everybody take Harinam freely. There is no restriction. Today my safe is open. You take as much as you want. So that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the most magnificent mood of just giving the love of God. We know many examples of this. We know the story of Jagai Madhai when they were the most fallen, and Lord Nityananda in the Sankirtan movement gave them through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the love of Godhead, and they became pure devotees. So by example, by uplifting them, he showed that even the most fallen can follow this path. It is so simple. It is so simple. Just chant the names of Lord Hari. That is it. Just Hare Krishna Mahamantra can be said anytime. It can be chanted any time of the day, of the night. It can be chanted without any restrictions. There's so many in Vedas, there are so many restrictions about any mantras that this is the time of day when it should be chanted. You need to be doing these many things if you're chanting the name. If you're not doing this, sometimes there are actually negative effects. If you're not doing things properly, even in the Vedas, chanting some mantras at the wrong time, if you're chanting it without proper, etiquettes, then it can actually cause negative effects. But this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is no limitation. There is no limitation of time. There is no limitation of place. There is no limitation of birth. Because like in Vedas, they said that certain persons can only speak these mantras, but there is no limitation. Patra patra na dekhi. Yes. Nahi sthan. There's no space, no place where you cannot do it. You can do it by going in the car. You can do it in the airport. You can do it. So it's we try to, sometimes we have excuses that I don't have time. But this is made it so simple. Do it anytime. You get 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes to scroll on your phone. Then instead of that, just chant the names of God. Say 5 minutes today. I'm not going to scroll. And whenever you scroll next time, looking at a YouTube video or just stop for 5 minutes. And okay, I'm not even stopping it completely. I'm just stopping for 5 minutes. I'll chant one round.
Hare Krishna.
Just chant that one round. Say the names of Lord Hari. Hare Krishna. So I think I will end over here. He's coming in the mood of devotee, he said. And there are lots of Shastric predictions as to where it's mentioned. This is the Shadbhuj roop of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he is holding bow and arrow like Lord Sri Ram. And two of his hands, two hands is holding the Bansuri, which is Krishna, and two hands is holding the Kamandal and Sannyas Kanda. So this is Shadbhuj roop. We saw these deities in Sri Ram Mayapur. There's a beautiful temple of Vedic Planetarium that is coming up in Sri Ram Mayapur. It's going to be one of the really, it's like the wonders of the world once it's completed. One wing of it has been completed, and even that is so amazing right now. By a couple of years, it should be completely made. It's about few hours from Calcutta. So next time maybe anybody goes to India and you want to see Taj Mahal, please also have the desire of seeing this temple of Vedic Planetarium, because it's the appearance place of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the most magnificent Lord, and come to this Kaliyuga to deliver us. So we should sing the glories of our King, right? Like we are in US, so we should know the name of our president. If you are in India, we should know the name of the Indian president. So it's just like that. In this Kaliyuga, the form of the Lord that has come to deliver us, the peoples of Kaliyuga, is actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should know Lord Sri Ram, we should know Lord Narasimhadev, we should know Krishna, but our king is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We should definitely know about our king, like Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is he? Where has he appeared? Try to know more about him. When we love someone, we try to know more about them. So in the same way, he has come to deliver us in his most magnificent form just 500 years ago, not too long ago in the big scheme of things we discussed. So we should make the most of this life and chant the names of Lord Hari. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Hari.
Much. Any questions? Any realizations, thoughts, questions?
Who has any questions? Yes.
If Lord Chaitanya comes only at the noon of Brahmaji or like halfway through, then how do we know, let's say the next Satyavada, how will they know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if no one had to write about him?
Very good question.
Want to answer? So very nice question. So how will people know? So we are lucky that we are so close. to the advent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But it is also said that actually over the next few years, people are going to be luckier because you remember that Nadi Adigram, that shloka? Nadi Adigram, Sarvatra Prachara Hoye Mera Naam. That in every village, it is predicted that in every little village, the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will actually be known.
For next 10,000. So this is not even Ghor Kali Yuga. Ghor Kali Yuga will start after 10,000 years.
So we have another, 10,000 years of glory of Harinam. After that, people will become so tolerant that something like this nobody will differentiate
After 10,000 years back.
distributing books, and so better get out of here because imagine so much wars and terrorism and environmental threats and global warming and multiple physical elements, new diseases, COVID, new strain of COVID every few months keeps coming, new cancers keep coming. So, and this is not even Ghor Kali Yuga. So imagine when Ghor Kali Yuga starts.
Right.
So already our age has decreased so much as the Kali Yuga is progressing. The age, it is given in Bhagavatam how short our age will become, how lazy we will become after Ghor Kali Yuga, how we will become very, very dull. We're already very dull. We cannot remember things. Like I have to make points. Even in this 1 hour class, I cannot remember from the start to the finish. I have to write points. What are the key points? What are my realizations? I cannot remember. And people in previous ages used to be Shruti herds. They would just hear and they could vomit it out as such, right? Just absorb everything and then give everything back. We cannot do that. So we can already see how we have degraded. So better to just get out of here. We don't want to be in that age of Ghor Kali Yuga and there will be, I don't know what will happen. Right now it is so bad that I cannot even imagine what will happen. So we need to take advantage and get out. So we are actually very lucky that Mahaprabhu came in this day of Brahma in which we are. We are in a particular day of Brahmaji. And in this day of Brahmaji, in the middle of his day, Mahaprabhu came, gave Harinam.
So the other thing is just to answer Navya's question also, the difference between this Kali Yuga and other Kali Yugas is that there is actually only Aishwarya Bhav in those Kali Yugas. There is actually not this Prem Naam Sankirtan that we are doing because in this Kali Yuga there is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give this Prem Naam Kirtan, this supreme devotional service, love of Godhead. The mood, Unnata Ujjwala Rasa, it's called as. Unnat means highest, Ujjwala, brightly shining Rasa. So this Unnat Ujjwala Rasa is only in this Kali Yuga that we get. Other Kali Yugas, Mahavishnu is there who comes and you get only this Vraj Prem that we talk about, Bhakti Yoga, Vraj Prem. That Vraj Prem is only in this Kali Yuga when Krishna comes himself, and then the same Chatur Yuga is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming. So only in this Kali Yuga there is this Vraj Prem Bhav, which is Unnat Ujjwala Rasa. This is not in another. In other, there is Mahavishnu who's come in, and you get other incarnations, but you still do not get this Vraj Prem, Vraj Rasa. Unnat Ujjwala Rasa.
और कलयुग में हरि नाम ही नहीं होगा
जब घोर कलयुग आएगा माता जी तो नहीं फिर eventually then
कल के अवतार में
But did you know, just a nice tidbit to know, general knowledge, that Lord Ram did not come in this particular set of Chaturya in which we are. He came in a previous one. So Ram Lila did not happen in this particular Treta Yuga. It happened in another. It was a Chaturya. No, another Treta Yuga of another Chaturya. So the particular Chaturya cycle that we are in, Lord Ram did not come. So it's Lord's, intention and plans how will he come.
Right.
But Ram Lila is going on eternally, and we have new Ram Mandir, and we have Ram Navami coming up. Please everybody join us at the temple. It will be at the ICC temple in Memphis on April 20th. So if there are devotees like you all, then even if Lord Ram does not come in that same Chatur cycle, his name will keep going on. Similarly, Mahaprabhu's, Harinam Sankirtan can keep going on. So we have to propagate the Sankirtan movement. We have to take it to every house, every street. There shouldn't be any town, any village, in any city in US which is bereft of holy names. And the onus is on us to do that. So first start chanting yourself and then make other people chant.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
प्रभु जी आए हैं। प्रभु जी आपने बोला कि है ना कृष्णा के पास जाते हैं तो वो पात्र हमारा होता है, तो वो जिसको जितना देते हैं, जिसके पास जितना पात्र है, लेकिन चैतन्य महाप्रभु पात्र भी देते हैं और प्रेम भी देते हैं, तो वो उनके पास हम कैसे जाएं जो हमें वो पात्र भी मिले, वो प्रेम भी मिले।
तो जी बड़ा सिंपल तरीका बताया उन्होंने उसको चैतन्य महाप्रभु के पास जाने का, अप्रोच करने का। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र, हरे नाम केवलम चले नास्ते 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 वितरणे. When in Veda something is said 3 times, it means there is you really want to put that बोला जो पॉइंट है आप अच्छे से उसमें लोगों को बताना चाहते हैं कि ये ही है, there is nothing else. 3 बार मेंशन है वेदास का मंत्र है ये जो हरे नाम केवलम. और इसमें ये बताया जा रहा है कि हरे नाम बोलने से, हरे नाम बोलना, हरे नाम चैंट करना, अगर कोई ध्यान से ना भी करे तो भी उन्हें फायदा होता है, लेकिन कोई ध्यान से करे तो बहुत फायदा होता है, और अगर कोई अच्छे से दिल से करे तो बैक टू गॉड है. तो इसलिए हरे नाम आपने चैंट करना है तो अच्छे से दिल से कर रहे हैं तो ये गारंटी नहीं है कि आप अगली बार अगला बर्थ लेंगे. So you may not get another birth. You may go back to Godhead in this very life. You can go back to Godhead. Prabhupada said that just with even one single Shuddha Harinam, you can go back to Godhead.
Any other questions?
I have a question. Like, I have this question. You say sometimes कि आप जब भी chant करते हो, तो you keep it to yourself, like as if it's your, gold or diamond. So, अब आपने बोला कि कभी-कभी हम एयरपोर्ट में या कहीं वहाँ पे भी chant कर सकते हैं. So how do we hide that? Because let's say we don't have time and we want to chant, but we have to hide it from people. How does that work?
Yeah.
So, Mataji, there are 2 different thoughts about this. One is the mood that we want to encourage other people to chant. So you can chant anywhere you want, and you do not have any inhibitions, any excuses. आप अपने periods पे हो chant कर सकते हो, आप meat खाते हो आप chant कर सकते हो, आप alcohol पीते हो आप chant कर सकते हो, कोई purity impurity doesn't matter, कोई place doesn't matter. You're sitting in the airport, better to chant than to gossip or do something else, right? Are you driving? Just chant, right? So in that mood you should chant. But when we say it's precious, it means we don't need to share with other people how much I'm chanting, because this is your dhan, this is your bed. And you don't need to share, I'm chanting 16 rounds, I'm chanting 21, I'm chanting 30. This is not anybody else's business. This is your private, confidential relationship with the Lord. So you don't need to boast about it. So it depends on what your mood is. If your mood is boastful, that is condemned. Then you're just feeding your ego. That's not needed. But if you are chanting because this is I have nothing better to do, I better chant. This is the time to chant, and or to engage other people, then yes, you can chant. But
also described that that if you are we should not cause disturbance to other people. Right? So one of the
unless you're doing Harinam. Then you can cause
Harinam meaning when you're on the street and you're set up that time. At that time, you want to hear or not, you're going to hear the name of God Hari. You're going to chant loudly.
Then we force you to hear the name of God. That's how I heard. Just walking on a street in New York, I heard this beautiful sound coming from somewhere. Right? You remember? We were together, and so we followed it, and it was a Harinam procession going in. So the soul wants it. You're trying to stop yourself. Your body, your false ego is trying to stop yourself. But right now we are very proud of our body, our achievements, our qualifications, our whatever we have done in this life. But as the things deteriorate, which is the nature of this life, the things will deteriorate. The profession, the people at the job, family, friends, people start quitting, going away. Health starts degrading, old age, you realize that my only solace is Harinam. Right now we are very puffed up. So we have this lordship mentality, but then you realize actually I'm just a servant.
So I put this picture on. This is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu going through the Jharkhand forest today's Jharkhand, and he was giving the holy names to Patra Nadeki, to the trees, to the vines, to the animals, to the deers, to the animals,
होने तक हम लोग कुछ एनिमल होते तो गौरांग महाप्रभु तभी तर जाते.
The tiger, everybody was chanting, was dancing with him.
Yes.
Okay, I think last call for questions.
Yeah, last question. Let me finish time.
Anybody? Okay. Okay, let's
Let's do Pushpa
and Arti.
Yes.
And we are, most of us, I think, are fasting for Gaur Purnima today, so we'll break our fast at moonrise. Can somebody look up the timing and then we'll cut some cakes. Oh, it's we can cut the cake after this. Unless you want to cut and we can bring it and do the offer.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, then let's cut the cake. Very cool.
Thank you everyone for joining. So we'll